So I got this darling little package from Greenleaf and Blueberry today that I thought I would unbox on camera. Greenleaf and Blueberry makes really nice handmade watercolors. Cute little note and pretty little ribbon. A little bitty bow. And it's already painted out, super cute and tiny with all the colors in the palette. So it's meant to just be a little bitty travel, but I thought since I had a little bitty palette, I would work on a little bitty notebook. When I get a new palette, I like to just do a little bit of swatching out. So I'm starting with just getting the colors on the paper to see what they look like. And as you can tell, some of them are really bright and full of pigment. I'm also doing just a tiny bit of mixing to see what they look like when I make a green and purple. I've grabbed myself a watercolor pencil to do an initial sketch. Just something simple that'll disappear when I add a little bit of water to it so that I can really have these bright, bold colors come out on the drawing. This is also a jelly pen that I've put in some white speckles for so that I can preserve my whites easily and go over them with some dark colors. I'm using the top of the palette for mixing, which is really great for this tiny palette. The only thing I found while doing this drawing was that I needed a little bit more mixing room. So I'm going to go ahead and laminate that little bitty color card, and that'll give me double the mixing space because I'll be able to set that near my palette and mix straight onto that once it's laminated. As you can see, the colors are super full of pigment and just really gorgeous. If you like doing nature, I highly suggest this tiny little palette. It's going to be very delightful to grab and just go outside and paint with. It's a plenty of paint in those little bitty, such a tiny amount of paint, but plenty to do some little sketches with while I'm out and about, and it will end up lasting me quite a while. The black is really nice. It's not showing as super black, but it's a beautiful, deep, rich color. And I'm able to layer on top of it. As you can see a little bit later, I add a little blue in the eyes. Also, I'd like to note that this particular red and combo of blue make one of the most luscious purples I've ever seen. I really enjoyed adding these gorgeous purples, violets on top of this brown little deer. The greens were a really lovely bright pop. The yellow just really made it sing. I'm able to get some nice lights and darks out of this palette so that I have some decent contrast. Overall, I'm just really excited about how this came out. I'm slowing it down so you can see how I like to add a little speckle. I tend to hold my hand over where I don't want the paint to go. It's not a perfect process, but it does allow me to get speckle throughout without completely covering my cute little deer. I do come back in a moment with a slightly wet but thirsty brush and just pull off some of those speckles that I don't want and add a few more. I even do a few in the green. I think it just adds to an atmospheric feeling. Well, I'm super in love with this micro palette and really happy with my little bitty painting. I hope you enjoyed. Happy painting, and I'll see you again next time.